There.
Yeah, thank you so much, Margie. Well, yeah, though this tragic kidnapping situation, it is rare. Americans going out of the country for procedures is not rare. Data shows about 1.2 million went out of the country for medical care before the pandemic. A quarter go to South America, 20% go to Central America. That's according to the U.S. International Trade Commission. We have Mark Boschert here, a board-certified plastic surgeon at Renaissance Plastic Surgery, to give us some insight on the importance of picking a safe location that is certified for those cosmetic procedures. Good morning to you, Dr. Boschert.
Thanks, Blair.
So first off, tell me a little bit about what you're seeing as far as patterns of people who are, choosing to go out of the country to get these procedures done.
So I think that it's always been out there, but I think post-pandemic COVID, I see a lot of people coming back from other parts of the world having had plastic surgery, and I think there is an uptick. Is it because the demand is higher and people are trying to go out and find a less expensive way of doing it? Probably.
Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about some of the things you've seen. We talked a bit earlier about sometimes people going out and then having to come back anyway and pay extra money to reverse things that went wrong.
That's right. I think that, when you think about a plastic surgery procedure, people think it's just that period of time under the operating room. But honestly, the preoperative evaluation, getting to know your surgeon, getting to know what you really want and being educated about how to accomplish that is probably most of the deal. People come back, they go to these places and have something done, they barely meet the surgeon beforehand, and they can come back with a lot of really strange injuries. We've had patients come back who tell us stories about anesthesia with blocks of ice on their stomach.
Oh, wow.
I had a lady one time who came back after a facelift, and these threads that they used were actually coming out of her nose and her cheeks for like 6 months to a year. And there was nobody to follow up with, but you don't know what you're getting when you go to a foreign country. And there's a lot of stories like that.
All right, and so not only is there, like we saw in this very unfortunate situation, the risk of safety as far as violence and crime, of course you have your medical risk. So what would you think that someone should do if they are considering getting cosmetic surgery? What exactly should they look for to make sure they're safe?
So I think that foremost you need to look at your surgeon and what is their board certification. If you go to the American Board of Medical Specialties, there's only one real board of plastic surgery. So you want to make sure that your surgeon is fully qualified and fully trained. Once you get beyond that, there's also the facilities. There are accrediting bodies for the facilities, whether it's a hospital or a freestanding surgery center, but there should be a national accrediting body like the JAHCO or the AAAHC. Those should be documented and posted there. Then there's also state boards. The State Board of Healing Arts also comes in and constantly can randomly check or regularly check on these facilities and make sure that the safety, sterility, and all of the quality assurance is there. And those are important things to know about. A real board-certified plastic surgeon is only going to operate in a place like that to make sure that you have a safe, good experience afterwards.
All right, so obviously we're not saying anything is wrong with cosmetic surgery. People can come to
very popular.
Renaissance.
That's right.
Yeah, people can come to Renaissance and get some legitimate practices done. So how can people follow you all and just kind of learn more and do their research if they're interested?
So our website's rpsplasticsurgery.com. That's the easiest way to get to all of our social media and our phone numbers, and we'd be happy to see you.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Boschert, for your expertise on this situation here. If you would like to hear this interview again, you can just visit our website at fox2now.com.